Hi YouTube, welcome to today's video. We're going to be making decorations on how to dress up your vendor table. Just some really simple and easy ways to draw the attention to your table and be able to make some sales. So the first project I have is a sticker display idea, and so much thanks to Got Print, who I'm partnered with for this first project, to come to life. This display idea came from the Namco, and the way that they made their sticker display was so cute, and I just wanted to make like kind of a spin-off version of that, and this is my version that I came up with. It is a jelly sticker board display. So with Got Print, I actually ordered acrylic displays from them, and they look so tasty. Look at this board. This is the first one. I made a checkerboard pattern, and it's very light and very jelly looking, and it just looks so tasty. I like that it is clear, but I will say that this is to my learning curve, but you want to pick colors that are really, really dark, because the light colors, these are supposed to be like a very faint pink, but it's almost completely transparent. So that was just something that I would learn, and if you want to go on this track, I would definitely say that you should go with darker, deeper, saturated colors, because otherwise it doesn't really print through all the way, and that's just the nature of working with acrylic, printing on acrylic, and not necessarily like, and it's not speaking to the quality of Got Print. These boards are really nice. I wanted to go with acrylic instead of foam, so foam would actually be lighter and easier to travel with. But the acrylic boards are much sturdier and they're a lot thicker. And I like that there's a transparency to them. So for this idea, you're gonna need your printed board and these business card holders. And thank you so much to Namco, who recommended this specific one. You're gonna need business card holders that come in packs that have a flat back like this. And this is the other checkerboard pattern that I decided to go with. You can see how the darker colors just look so nice and tasty on this. But if you don't like that transparent jelly look, you can also just get a piece of paper and put it under and just tape it onto the back, so it just comes off a little bit stronger. But this is kind of the look of it, and the way that you want to attach these, I've done two different options. So over here on this one, I did a test one with this adhesive kind of like whiteout liner, but it's a dot liner with adhesive on it. If I have any stationery fans out there, this is really nice because it's like very transparent almost and very sticky. So it's kind of like a glue whiteout. Let me see if I can get closer. This, I'm kind of just doing it on all four sides, and make sure that you space it out. So I was thinking that each one could do 4 in a row and then 3 rows. So each of these boards would be able to fit 12 stickers. Just kind of match it up to the line and press it on like so. And look, it's pretty strong. Holds up, you can lift the whole thing up with just this. If you don't, obviously you don't have to use this, but another way to adhere these business card holders to your board would be to use just plastic packing tape, and you can kind of see it here. This is not the prettiest option, but it is also quite strong too. And I just like the complete transparency of it. And then I also, for a third option, I got some double-sided adhesive dots. I think this will be the strongest, best option, honestly. This open. Peel this guy, put one in the corner here, and do it on the bottom. And honestly, you don't need things that are that strong, because all these are doing are just holding stickers, so it's not heavyweight items. It's there, and then we gotta peel these off. We're almost there. Go over here, eyeball it, press down on this. Oh yeah, this one feels super secure. But as you can see, that one is by far the most transparent, but all of these I think are pretty good options. Like this, lift test. Yeah, that's pretty secure. And then this is just kind of what it looks like. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish off this board. And I really like the idea of using the acrylic boards just because they are less likely to kind of get dinged up when you pack up for events and travel around, or also the fact that it's a little bit heavier than a foam board. So if you're outdoors doing outdoor events, the wind won't just knock it over, ideally. But yeah, I just think it's such a tasty looking display. But you can always do your own kind of version of this, but I think this is just nice because it's colorful, and when you stand it up, it's very visual, which I think is just crucial for any kind of display like that. And to get this whole thing to stand up, I actually just have one of these little foldable art print display things. I see a lot of artists bring these out to hold their prints, but they are super lightweight, and then they kind of just unfold like this. But they are also just perfect for your sticker board. So here's the final look, and I just like how cute it looks. Oh my gosh. Gotta fill her up with stickers. I love that the stickers look like they're floating on your board. I think it's so cute. I also didn't end up doing this, but I did think of how the transparency is super nice because you can print whatever you want on a regular piece of paper and then tape it to the backside and have that design show through. In a way, this makes the acrylic boards really nice and evergreen as a display item. They're sturdy and the edges won't crumple when pressed against other items in your luggage while you're traveling. So thank you so much again to Gotprint for supporting my creative vision. For the next project, I really wanted to make some cute tabletop buddies that I could place around my table. I've seen a lot of people making them from printing their designs onto sticker paper and then placing the whole sticker sheet onto a foam board, then meticulously knife cutting it out. I think that always comes out looking so nice, and I applaud people for having the patience to cut out these pieces. I have some cutouts like that as well, but my gripe with it was that the edges looked hacked up and always got crushed in whenever I made them. Also, I travel with the cutouts stored with my posters, but the thickness of the foam or cardboard, which is what I used originally, added up really quickly and took up a lot of space in my poster boxes. I wanted to try to make something with materials I already had that would try to solve my personal issues with the original foam cutouts, so I thought I'd try my hand at lamination. I took some existing designs from previous tote bags or apparel items that have long since retired and revived them by cleaning them up and adding some accent colors here and there. I wanted my tabletop decor to look and feel familiar, so I think recycling some of these elements was a great idea and saved me quite a lot of time from starting from complete scratch. After getting some of the assets printed out, I sliced them down to fit within the laminating pouches. My thought process was that I'd laminate them and then trim them down to shape after. I've honestly never fully laminated paper before, like front and back, so I quickly learned that that was just not going to work since there needs to be space around the asset for the plastic pouch to seal. So in the next test, I just cut everything out to shape and tried again. And what's nice about this is that you can fit more in one pouch. I then just hand cut out the graphics in the laminate, but also quickly learned a new thing. You can't cut so close that you trim into the seal around the graphic. It's kind of like a seam made of air, and if you pop it, the whole pouch just opens up and becomes unsealed. With all these quick new lessons learned, I then moved on to reprinting all my graphics in better quality and then using the Cricut to get them cut out. It overall looked way cleaner and better. I started running the pouches through the heated laminator a couple of times so I'd be confident that they were sealed up. One aspect of the full lamination that I really like is that they're thin like paper, but so sturdy that they won't lean or cave in on itself when taped up. As you can see here, I also recycled some more assets from my new strawberry sticker sheet. The strawberry pieces honestly look so yummy. And just to wrap up this vlog, thanks again to Got Print for sponsoring this video. I am so excited with the way that the jelly boards came out. I think it just looks so cute. You should definitely check out all the different sizes and shapes Got Print offers for their acrylic boards or other sign materials you might be looking for. I almost got their little house shape, and I might in the future, but I decided to start more simple with my 12 by 18 rounded rectangle shape. I uploaded my design as a PNG, and remember that everything prints lighter and is transparent on acrylic, so use more highly saturated colors. Proofing and adjusting the file is really easy, and then add to cart. They also make so many other kinds of promotional material, and to just start off, I highly suggest getting their sample pack. It is completely free and free shipping. When you open it up, it has a ton of information of the different finishes and types of products that they offer. They give you so many different kinds of paper samples, and it's very convenient. You can use my code SUNDROP10 for 10% off through the rest of this July. Make sure to put SUNDROP10 to use on your next order.